My friends and I had another reunion in Outer Banks, North Carolina. I was excited to test out my new Nike Zoom Vaporfly 4% in the marathon, as it did me well with the PR at my last half marathon a month ago. Sam let us borrow the elevated legs compression machine, and I used it a few times leading into the race. You put your legs in these sleeves and you can put it in for 10, 15, or 20 minutes, and you attach it to this machine. We're crossing the bridge to go to Outer Banks. Yay! We're in the girls' car. Nancy, Lori, and the guys' cars up ahead. We drove in 2 nights before the race. It was super windy and in the 40s, but it died down on race day to a perfect 50-degree start with little wind. The race totaled in the thousands, but most of the runners were there for the half marathon, including the elites. The race started at 7:20 a.m., and John went out with the lead pack, hovering under 6-minute pace. I also had the advantage of having 2 personal pacers. Sam paced and muled for me, and his friend, Daniel, also paced me the first half.
Hey, get a picture, Daniel, too. Thank you.
There you go. Good job, Sherry. Looking good. Go, you guys.
All right.
At around mile 8, the race runs by the Wright Brothers Memorial.
Woo! Go, Sam!
Oh, look at you doing good. Thanks, good trail runners.
Looking good. Way to go. Good trail runners. Woo! Go. All right, see you at the finish.
This was a training run for me for my A race in 3 weeks at CIM, so I went out conservatively at a 7:15 pace. A lot of the course had a mild tailwind, but when I did have headwind, I had these pacers to block that for me. At around miles 11 through 12, we entered Nag's Head Wind Nature Preserve, which was a packed dirt track with a good incline, but it was the decline and trying not to get caught in sand pits that Sam so diligently let me out of that slowed me down. When we got out of the woods, literally, we were on the main highway there, Highway 158. I clocked in the halfway mark at 1:35:42, slower than my projected 3:10 finish, but Sam assured me that we saved enough in the legs to negative split. He was right. I felt even stronger the second half, hitting 7:05 pace.
This is the hill.
Yes, this is the hill. The only hill. And we are now crossing the bridge into Outer Banks. I was waiting for my glutes and quads to start feeling like lead at around mile 20 to 22, which usually happens, and especially here where we cross over the Washington Bomb Bridge. But as I kept running, I didn't feel any of that. We ran into the back of the half marathoners who started at 7 a.m. at the halfway mark. I eventually picked off the woman sitting in 5th place in the marathon event. This is the hill.
This side doesn't seem that bad of an incline.
That's because we're going down.
John ended up finishing 4th place overall with a PR of 2:38:43, and I finished 4th place overall female with a PR of 3:09:45, and I felt like I could have run more. In fact, walking back to our car, I didn't feel much fatigue in my legs. All of our friends also ran really well and enjoyed the beautiful and nearly flat course. My Garmin said it was less than a 300-foot elevation gain. We had a 3-hour car ride to the airport and a 6-hour flight back home that afternoon, and although I was somewhat sore, I was not limping around like I usually am after a marathon. Maybe it was because of the shoes, or maybe it was because of the training. I'd find out in 3 weeks when I go all out at CIM. Race report to come. Thanks for following. Please subscribe.